Isaac Hayes 3. What's up, my brother?
What's happening, guys? What's good?
How you feeling, man? Not much. Welcome to Blackout, man. Isaac Hayes, founder of social media sensation Fanbase, amongst other things, and a friend of the program. He's been on Earn Your Leisure Market Mondays, Invest Fest, everything that we've ever done. He's been a part of.
Blackout.
Yeah,
this is 4. This is 4 out of 4.
4 for 4. 4 for 4. So, okay, this is something that I think is interesting, right?
Yeah.
When we talk about the creator economy, and I don't know how many billions of dollars it's worth, but it's worth billions of dollars, and it's only growing year over year. We talk about all the social media apps. We talk about YouTube. We talk about Tubi, all these streaming services, and the creator economy. It's become a real thing, right? Yeah. We're part of the creator. We're part of the creator economy. But what's not talked about, and everybody talks about how much millions these people make. Like Kai Cenat, he's making millions of dollars, and Logan Paul is making millions of dollars, and Ian Dunlap, he's making millions of dollars. So everybody's always talking about everybody's always talking about how much money all the top creators make. But nobody ever talks about the 99% of creators, especially Black creators, that are struggling financially. And you told me something about people are quitting apps, getting demonetized. So now it's a whole new generation of struggling artists in a sense, right? Yeah. Which I think is interesting, because I look at social media as social media is actually setting the tone for culture, even more so than music right now. Like all of the trends, all of the fashion, everything that's happening is happening on social media in real time, and people catch it and they go viral, and then they start doing it, then they start the slang, everything is happening. So social media essentially has become like a new version of music, how it's like shaping culture. But nobody's really getting paid for this. Well, a vast majority of people's not getting
Zuckerberg's getting paid.
Well, for sure.
Isaac's getting paid.
Nice. Getting paid. So can you shed some light on this situation for us, please?
Well, I mean, I'll say this. I feel like social media right now is like in the mixtape era where hip hop was, right? From like 2010, 8, 9, 10 to 2012, when live mixtapes and Dat Piff was rolling. You had so many artists like putting out free music, just to catch that one hit that gets them to a record deal or gets them on tour or gets them making money during shows. And so social media kind of is in that same space. And the irony is what ended the mixtape era was subscriptions, was platforms like Apple Music and Spotify and Tidal. And so those platforms are the ones that really ushered the era in. And so I think what's going to end the mixtape era for content creators on these platforms that put out dozens of reels, dozens of pieces of content that don't make any money is a subscription era for social media, a free and monetized environment, kind of what we build over at Fanbase, because it's just, there's an interesting stat, like 59% of beginning creators made less than $100 in 1 year making content. So imagine you're trying to be a content creator and over half the people that just start make less than $100 a year. That's crazy. So it's a very dismal stat, and it creates a real, I think, struggle. Of course, we have the Kai Cenats of the world. We have the Logan Pauls and all the famous guys, the Drewskis of the world. But especially in the Black community, there's like creator burnout, and it's exhausting because you are spending your own money, your own time, and your own energy trying to catch this algorithm, this race that's on these platforms. And I think it's unfortunate, because for every Kai Cenat, there's 100,000 that don't make it. And that's tough. And so we have to level the playing field and make it more accessible for creators to just earn money from day one, not have to chase all these metrics, 10,000 watch hours and 5,000 subscribers or whatever it is, just to be able to come in the game, make content, earn money, be creative.
I'll play devil's advocate real quick. Same with the mixtape era. Are there too many creators, or not enough creators that are unique in their own space to carve out a lane to be financially free or create like a stable model?
No, I don't think there are too many. I think there's not enough. I mean, there's a small, there are more and more younger people that identify as content creators. If you ask young people now what they want to be, they're not saying rappers. They're not saying ball players anymore. They say they want to be content creators. And I think the interesting thing about content for people, and we all take part in this every day, is that there's a diverse amount of things that we're interested in. Like for me, I like pet videos. I'll be sharing pet videos on my social media all the time. So on Fanbase, my belief is that everyone is a fan of something and everyone has a fan base. I mean, we are all fans of something. So it could be monster truck racing, bass fly fishing, knitting, karate, video games, cooking. And there's a market for every single person that wants to make content and monetize. It doesn't mean that you're going to make millions of dollars or billions of dollars, but you can definitely make the salary that you're making at a job creating content for just a small group of people.
But let's be honest. Let's be honest, Isaac. This is blackout. So we gotta be honest. Everybody doesn't deserve a voice, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you. Everybody. Let's just have a real conversation, right? We live in a day and age where everybody has their own platform now because they're on social media, and everybody has an opinion. But let's be honest. Everybody does not deserve a platform because originality is at an all-time low. Yeah. And stupidity is at an all-time high. So that's a dangerous balance, right? When originality is at an all-time low and stupidity is an all-time high, empowering idiots is extremely dangerous. Let's be honest, right?
Look, in the wrong hands. Yeah, I think technology and social media can be absolutely dangerous. I said this about music. I said technology gives people the ability and the confidence to do things they have no business doing. Right. But within that, there are groups of people that typically would have needed lots of money to get into a recording studio or lots of money to produce the type of content that they're making now that they can shoot on an iPhone. So I think with the playing field being level, there are pros and cons that, of course, are going to be a lot of people that don't deserve it. But there are also going to be those gems that actually come in and change the world and become viral sensations. Honestly, I'm not even making fun, but the Risa Tisa, I think social media is perfect for someone like that. Her story, I don't think that she doesn't deserve to have a voice to tell her story because the story was so interesting.
That's the 50 part. Why did I get married?
Yeah. Who the F did I get married? She's a 50 part.
She married.
She did a 50 part 10-minute series that was 6 hours long that people watched. And she's all over the news for this incredible story. But I think that's the power of social media. But the problem with that is she said herself, I didn't make any money off that. And so she's she barely made any money off that whole exchange that she did. The story was told, but then where's her opportunity to monetize that story? Hopefully someone will pick that story up and turn it into a movie or a show and she can sell that story or something like that. But she needs the ability to be able to monetize that because she was on TikTok saying, matter of fact, I didn't make any money. But on top of that, she got banned from the creator program on TikTok. So she got demonetized. As soon as she was able to monetize, they demonetized her. So I know that, there are certain bad actors out there that can really mess up, social media, but that just comes with the territory. You're not going to be able to stop people that have webcams and the internet from speaking. That's just the world we live in.
So she make 50 million views and she gets not only no money from TikTok, but she actually got demonetized from even having the ability to earn money.
As soon as she got it, she posted she reposted one of the videos and they said that's a violation. So now you're banned for
you know what's crazy? And I'm gonna let you go after this, but you know what's crazy? You know who's demonetized out to, and I'm the biggest Meta advocate of all time. Mm-hmm. You know who's unable to earn any money on Meta?
Who?
Take a guess.
You.
Earn Your Leisure.
Wow. Yeah. Why?
Have no idea.
My fault. Zuckerberg. It wasn't shoddy. Come on.
Have no idea. So it's what I'm saying is that it's a real issue, right? Because if people like us, educational content, if we somehow, and we have friends in Meta who still can't figure out why we can't monetize. Yes. If we're not able to monetize, there's millions of people who are making content that are not getting $1 from their content.
Mm-hmm. And the struggle in that is the carrot and the stick is platforms like Meta, they survive off advertising revenue. So the carrot and the stick is they'll let you go viral once and then they'll tank your engagement because they need you to feed the machine. So they have real estate to put ads in between because they're an ad-based platform. So if you're not making, 10, 15 reels a day, they have no real estate to make money. So they punish you for not posting. So it's almost like once you start that wheel, you got to keep going or they'll shut your engagement down because they're saying you're not making us no money. So we're not going to give you anything. So and then I will speak to the fact that platforms that are as large as Meta are not going to be able to manually moderate content. They can't. So they have to rely on algorithms and machine learning, and oftentimes they don't get it right. So, but the problem is when you get it wrong, it tends to be you get it wrong with the Black community. That's one thing for sure, is you tend to get it wrong with Black creators, right? And not necessarily creators that might say something racist or might say some really out of the bounds stuff, and they're allowed to stay on platform. But you guys are giving financial information, and you might say shit on something, and all of a sudden they're like, you violated the terms, and boom, you're out of there and you're shut down. So there is a machine learning bias against African American people, and again, it's just the problems that we have to face. So we need new solutions or a new path. I mean, Fanbase is that new path for people to not have to worry about all that stuff. We aren't built off advertising, so there is no hidden agenda behind why your views matter over someone else's views. So that's the point that I make. But yeah, it's tough.
I mean, could you imagine making a piece of content like that goes viral? They demonetize you, kick you out the program, and they still monetize it. Like, what's the solution? Because now, like, being a creator feels like being an artist in the 90s. Like, this reminds me like the cross collateralization of albums in the 90s and 2000s. Like, what can people do? Because I think if this continues to happen, people are going to just at scale stop wanting to create content.
So look, I get tagged or sent 10, 15 videos a day. You need to go to Fanbase because you wouldn't have these problems. I think the first thing that people need to actually understand is in some instances, we are addicted to the fame. Like, we really like the attention that we get from creating content. Like, people like that shit. Like, they're really into it. And so somebody sent me a video of, oh my God, who was it? I think it was Amanda Seales. Like, she's like, I'm shadow banned, and nobody, and people were texting me like, well, why doesn't she come to Fanbase? And why doesn't she use these platforms? And I think we have to kind of let go of that, because until we identify, for me, I'm the person to tell you guys, every single person like that's in the culture, that is Black culture, that is the youth, that you guys make these platforms. So this allegiance that we have to these social media apps is really like an addiction that, when you realize that you have the power, like you're the one, like you guys are the ones that are making all the views. And then people take your concepts and then take them and make other reels out of them. And then they go viral on TikTok, but you're the genesis of all this. So the first thing you got to do is decide to leave or take your attention elsewhere. Like, you can't put all your eggs in one basket, because then when they turn that switch off on you, you're hurt. It stops your bag. Your feelings are hurt. Yeah. You get creator burnout. You get depressed. I've seen, like, I was literally, before we got on, I was watching a piece of content by Taylor Lorenz. You know who Taylor Lorenz is? She's a reporter. I think she writes for the New York Times and Washington Post and all this stuff. But she was talking about there's this new form of content called resentment reels, where people are so frustrated at the fact that, like, you spend 3 hours making a piece of content and it gets one view on reels and stuff like that. But you just got to leave. I mean, that's the thing about it. There has to be new platforms. And I keep telling everybody, Meta and Instagram are not going to be able to hold on to this audience infinitely. There are always going to be new players in town. I think that people that really underestimated, people like Kanye with Yeezys, never thought he could come close to creating something that would challenge Nike. But that is the absolute fact. In every area of business, there's going to be somebody to come along and challenge these titans. And I advocate for the people that actually make the culture and the content, the people of color, the Black people, the kids, for us to be the people that own part of it and really make it go. So that's really, that's my statement, everybody. You got to just leave, like, pack your shit up, you know what I'm saying? Like, and move it to Fanbase. Like, everything, you can pack your content up, migrate it over to Fanbase. You can still leave it on Instagram, but you have somewhere else where you can start and build an audience there. So, I mean, try other platforms. I would try every single platform that comes out, not even just Fanbase, like every single new social media app that comes out, try them all, because you never know which one you're going to be famous on.
But most people would rather be famous than rich, right?
Look, I mean, people actually want to be, people want to be more famous than they do rich. They rather have fame. Absolutely. It's crazy. It's like, And the reason is because for the longest time, like the way to wealth was through fame. So you got popular enough and then you popping, and now all of a sudden you with Drake and you in videos with Drake, and then now you get brand deals and you're getting all this money. So it's almost like this trade-off of success is the way that leads to the bag. But the quiet part that's not being said out loud is underneath all of that are thousands of creators that are making thousands, hundreds of thousands of millions of dollars that you have no idea who they are. Yep. They're quietly putting their content behind paywalls and racking up major bread. You know, I think Country Wayne is not a household name. He makes a lot of his money off advertising, but there are podcasters that are doing the same thing, and you would never know who these guys are. We talk about the OnlyFans girls and stuff like that. Like I'm telling you, there's girls that I know that used to dance at this strip club down the street from where I live right now called Follies, and they on OnlyFans making millions of dollars. Like,
y'all keep us in the shot. Shout to Follies. Shout to Follies.
Y'all ever made
the girls getting it?
Y'all made it.
Y'all made it.
Yeah, made it.
I appreciate you, brother. We got to move on to a different topic, but Fanbase is the app. We actually are on. We're on Fanbase. We have creator profiles, and I believe you guys are having a raise right now, right? You're raising?
Yeah. So we are doing something unprecedented. We are raising $17 million, trying to raise this money in 90 days. I'm the first Black man to raise $10 million in RegCF crowdfunding ever. That means that we're actually allowing people to invest in Fanbase and actually own a part of it. So you can go to startengine.com/Fanbase to invest. The minimum to invest is $399. And let me give you some math real quick. We're raising $17 million. 28,000 people investing $600 gets us to $17 million. That's like a third of the people that watch this show in the first 3 days. You understand what I'm saying? Like, so a platform like this, the opportunity to have equity, like I've raised 10 million, but we're raising 17 to actually scale this platform. Because again, I say like tech is nothing but ideas and money. And the difference is most Black people, young entrepreneurs, or people don't have the money to ideate on those ideas. So what we do is we ideate on the platforms that are funded, and then they get all the money, but we don't get the bag. So I tell everybody, you know, own part of Fanbase. We have over 570,000 users. We're in 190 plus countries on iOS and Android. We got some big partnerships coming up, and this round is to really scale the company. And we have tons of investors, but to say you can own part of the next wave of social media platforms is something big. And so that's what I'm telling everybody. Go to startengine.com/Fanbase, grab you some shares. I want to close this round as soon as possible because we have some amazing ideas, and I can see that none of these platforms are doing what we're doing, especially in the creator economy. It's a free app to use. So anybody can download Fanbase for free. You can use it, but you can also have subscribers, which is the point of the platform, that you can put money. I mean, you can put content behind paywalls and make money. You can charge anywhere from $2.99 a month to $99 a month. And we got 6 verticals. We got photos and video, live stories, audio, Flicks, which is short form video, and Fanbase Plus, which is like 16:9 YouTube style video that you can post up to 2 hours worth of content. So our goal is to really scale that and go crazy. So I tell everybody, go to startengine.com/Fanbase to invest. And once you guys be part of this, and you know, like I said, I can't wait for EYL, like and you guys, I want you guys to come over there and do an audio room or something real soon, but we're gonna have some fun over there. But it's time that we own
That'd be fire
platforms.
No, we're gonna do it for sure.